Hey family, Tacc man, how's your spirit? Talk to me. Tell me something good. we have a good one tonight. And as always, I want you guys to like, subscribe, share. This platform, this program is called Tacc. Through adversity come change. I'm thinking about making a study guide for Tacc so people can buy the study guide. Uh, it's like a program. I could do it where you can do it online or you can buy the book or I'll figure it out. But I want us to be able to do this together. And I know it's going to take time. I'm not delusional. Think that it's just going to happen overnight. No, it's going to take time. It took me a little over 2 years to get 7,000 followers on my first Facebook Live. And then after the incident, I wasn't doing it, so it fell off. What's up, Pippin? We got quite a few things to do tomorrow. Of course, I need your brain power. I got a few things I want to run by you, and we're gonna have to go out and I got to put money on. I want to do that Capital One and the current. So, oh, my eye's good. My eye's good. Yeah, actually, this one is better than this one now. So everything, inshallah, everything works its way out. But yeah, I want to run a few things by you. So I got to start because the month they cut my city feps off. So I was on the phone for damn near 7 hours a day. Then they hung up on me. But I'm gonna be back on them tomorrow. So I got to get that straightened out. But I got to figure out a way to start an income. So if these things happen, I'll be good. You know. But yeah, the day is a good thing. What we gonna talk about today is the healing mind versus the unhealing mind. Yeah, it's fixable. It's fixable. I mean, they saying I get too much money, and that doesn't make sense because I only get $900 something a month. You got people making 2,000 a month. They got Snap, and they city fap. So it's a glitch. So I just gotta fix it. It's gonna take me probably a few days to get it right on the phone. The first ain't here yet, so I got some time. Yeah, the cap is 2,200. Yeah, I only get 900 and something, so there's something wrong some kind of way. But inshallah, everything will work its way out. You know, inshallah. And like I said, I got to figure out a way to supplement income. Use that money to make something else happen. Yeah, well, for month, they gonna pay it. And it's not like they're gonna put me out, the beginning of the month. So I'll get it right. Everything in time. Like I tell you, man. keep it, excuse me. keep your trust in the law. Keep your trust in the law, and everything else will work its way out. You know how you do today on your stock? Did you go up or you went down, or did you just stop? Yeah. Well, yeah, it's gonna be a good one tonight. And like I said, I'm thinking about making a study guide textbook. Okay, that's good. Just chill then. Um, so here we go. As you guys know, this platform is called Tacc. Through adversity come change. This is the book. It's on Amazon. You can get it now. This is a book that's going to change your life. It's going to make you see life in a different perspective. Okay, yeah, that's good. It's going to make you look at life with a different perspective, but it's going to make you reflect on you. It's not about nobody else. That's what I always tell you. Only way you can heal is you. You don't need nobody else, but you need the platform. You need the program that God gave me. And like I said, you told you guys yesterday. Yeah, so just chill for now. Just leave it there. Don't mess with it. And only way if you see something where you're gonna go over to get you bonded. You know what I mean? Where you can, but other than that, just chill. Everything in time, bro. As I tell you, subber, patience, patience, patience. You know, you be patient and things will work their way out. It's when we're not patient that haste makes waste. You know, excuse me. Like I told you guys, this is the next phase from yesterday mindset. So now, without a healed mind, you keep reacting from your wound, not responding from your truth. Another thing, being patient. If you've been lied to for years, your survival brain takes over. You see threats everywhere, even in neutral situations. You might fight unnecessarily, freeze when action is needed. And see, this is the thing why I tell you, why we have to heal, but we have to learn the truth from the lies, because the lies that we've been told can make you react to something that is not what it is. And then, like I said, make you freeze when you're supposed to react. And when you don't have the faculties to know the difference, this is where the problem comes, and this is why we must heal. But you have to have the heal mindset in order for things to change or collapse into hopelessness. Healing the mindset means you stop being triggered by the past and start seeing the present clearly. And like I always tell you guys, thank God, after almost 6 years, I was able to forgive. See, because in life, in order for God to forgive you, you must be able to forgive others. And most importantly, forgive yourself. But it's a mindset. It took me going through years, you know, uh, in prison, by myself after being rich and leaving my money to people, and they just did what they wanted to do. And then when I needed, I was stuck. But I had to go through that anger stage to get to the stage that I am now, because after a while, you start to say to yourself, like, yo, these people don't even care about me. Why am I wasting my energy and my mind and everything thinking about and wishing different things when they don't even care? So after a while, I start to realize, like, you know what, I have to let that go. You know, all the people that has wronged me, and I'm not trying to sound like I'm an angel because I'm not, but I've never wronged anybody in my life. And that's on everything I love. I may have made mistakes or whatever, but maliciously to wrong someone, never. And I'm the kind that always helped everyone. I was always the boss, so I'm the one that always had to make sure everybody else was okay. So I don't want y'all to think that I'm playing a victim. No, I'm not a victim. This all had to happen for me to be where I'm at today, and be in the mindset that I am today, and be able to talk to you guys civilly. You know how many guys who go to jail 1, 2, 3 years and they're no good no more in life. They it ruins them. Their mindset is destroyed. And to be able to talk civilly and give you something of substance after doing 28 years of my life inside, and not holding grudges and not being mad, just wanting to help everybody to love and do the right thing in their life. That doesn't happen often. Most people get bitter, or most people think, man, everybody oh, it's about me, it's about me. Yeah, it's about me, but it's about me helping others. That's where I get my blessings from. Like I always say, it takes a village. We all are villagers. We just from different villages, but we're all from the same lineage. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. You know, they divide us through color and this and that, but we're all brothers and sisters and cousins, or however you want to call it. It's a lady, and it's a white lady named Jane Elliott. If you get time, listen to her stuff. You know, she tells it like it is, you know. And what I love about her, she's not apologetic for anything she says, because what she says is the truth. We have to come to a place in our life to where as we let all the isms and schisms go, man, and start learning how to love each other. And this is why, like I tell you, this platform, this program that God gave me, the last part is heal, but heal with three A's, helping everyone accept, achieve, and appreciate love. First, you have to be able to accept it, because if you don't know what it is, you'll never be able to really fully absorb it. Then, once you able to achieve it, got a little brain fart. Once you're able to achieve it, that means that you understand what it is. And then once you appreciate it, you do everything in your powers never to lose it. And this is the mindset of a person that has made changes in his life, who is trying to better himself. You know, it's funny how people can do evil and say that they are of God, but nothing of God is evil. Nothing. That's your own thing. That's because you've given up your will to the dark side, to the shaitan. Anytime you hate somebody for their color of their skin or anything of that nature, your mindset is wrong. And this is why I tell you it's so very important to have the right mindset in life, because mindset will get you further. You can be in a situation where someone that you might need to help you in life, you find yourself they're going through something, and you're able to help them, but out of love, because your mindset is right, and it opens doors. You know, a person that always has a negative or pessimistic look on life, they never win. You have to have an optimistic look in life, because every day you wake up, God gave you a fresh 24, or whatever is left of that day before you go. But let me get back to this. Falsehood taught you the growth means tolerating pain. I remember when I was in the halfway house in Jersey, and I was being abused, disrespected, all kinds of stuff. But the people was doing it was the staff, and they was doing all kinds of corrupt stuff. So I told my PO, I was like, "Yo, man, I need to see the judge because what they're doing to us is wrong. You know, you treating us inhumane." I lost 70 pounds in 11 months because the food was that horrible and the living conditions was that bad. But I wind up telling one of the staff members, uh, if a judge been a judge for 30 years, do they know law? So she was like, yeah. I said, and if a doctor been a doctor for 40 years, he know medicine, right? She was like, yeah. So I said, I've been a criminal for 50 years. And I see everything that y'all doing here. And I'm gonna let the judge know. Yo, she panicked. I seen it in her face, and the PO was telling me to let them keep abusing me. And then my own oldest brother, when I got the next morning, they woke me up and kicked me out. They was afraid I was gonna go to the judge, so they thought I was gonna get locked up for they kicked me out. But I told my brother, and my brother's like, "Yo, you should have stayed there and let them keep abusing." I was like, "Man, are you crazy?" But this is the mindset of people who've been lied to all their life, and the thing is this: they will accept the abuse. I'm not accepting abuse from no one. God says there's no room in heaven for a coward or a liar or a Adam's way to pride. And I don't want neither one of them. So the whole thing is just getting your mindset right so you can heal. and you excuse me. And you're not going to heal until your mindset is right. No matter what you say, feel, and think, because you're not going to be able to be 100% real with you. Now, as I was saying about how we've been lied to so much, we'll accept abuse, and that's not me, right? Many systems falsehood taught you that growth means tolerating pain. Many systems, religious, political, even family, tell you that suffering through corrupt or abuse makes you stronger. That's a lie. Real growth happens when you name the wound, name the pain, name what it is that's going on. Heal it. See what it says? You have to heal it and then choose differently. Not when you just endure, not when you just endure more. So as I say, you have to be able to heal, but you have to have the mindset to heal. And a lot of us don't think that we need to heal because things may be going your way, but there's so many psychological things that go on and you don't even realize. These people have subliminal on top of subliminal on top of subliminal on top of subliminal messages that we get every day that we don't even know that's happening. And it's to keep us in a state of ignorance. But see, the beautiful thing about when you change your mindset and you heal, they can't just tell you anything. They can't just give you bull. And these are the things that they know because they know they've made these systems for these reasons. Like I said, layer upon layer upon layer. But it's time for us to come out of that. And like they say, they call us woke. Yeah, woke means you're not asleep. But they've and this is how insidious these people are. They change woke into you sleep because if you're woke, you're paying attention. So if they keep telling you woke means the opposite, that's what people are going to go with. If you tell a person something long enough, they're going to believe it if they're weak in mind. And this is why the president says he likes stupid people, because you can trick them. And you see what happened: 34 felonies, two rape convictions civilly, six bankrupt businesses, and a whole bunch of other fraud. 33,000 small businesses he put out of business. And these people still, he said, grab them by the pussy, kiss them in the mouth. They let you do it. Looking at little girl, and then you see the videos of him in his underwear and undershirt with these young girls. So the thing is, like, we have to pay attention to what's going on in life. Somebody's calling. My phone is acting up crazy tonight. I don't know what's going on, but this phone is acting crazy. But oh, my bad. Sorry about that. I done lost somebody trying to figure this thing out. Let me get back to where I was. Well, like I said, no, it's just it's going slow. It's not going to where I'm pushing the button. It's not reacting. I don't know what's going. I'm trying to cut it off and cut it back on, but it's not even letting me do that. It is what it is. I'm gonna make it do what it do anyway. Um, yeah, where we at? Let me get back to where we at. Yeah, I'm trying to restart it, but it won't restart. Hold let me go back. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I know, but it's not letting me. It's not letting me cut it off. So what I have to do is once I get off the live, then I'll try to cut it off and then go from there. Yeah, slow as I don't know what. Here we go. All right, here we go. Sorry about that, y'all. No, this ain't no this. You can't take no battery out this joint. All right, so corruption, theft, killing, and wrongful war are external symptoms of internal sickness. People who haven't healed their own minds project their pain outward, stealing because they feel empty, killing because they feel powerless, twisting marital arts into aggression instead of discipline and defense. Teaching mindset healing first breaks the cycle at its root. And this is why I say you have to break that mindset. When you have a negative mindset, a negative outlook on life, a lot of things that really didn't become something big, you make it into something big in your mind. And this is where we get stress and all kinds of stuff like that. But I try not to let anything bother me. because I kind of understand life and I see it for what it really is after going through all the things that I've been through in my life. You can't teach without a broken spirit. So you have to go through it to get to it. Through adversity comes change. If you don't go through your adversities, you're not going to change. God even says he doesn't change the condition of a people until they change what within them. And it's not just within them, it's what comes out of them and how they act, how they are. There's so many parameters to growth that coincide with mindset. It's like they're brothers. Mindset helps you to grow when it's positive. You know, you have to have a positive mental attitude. That'll get you way, way farther than anything that you can possibly imagine. But the beautiful thing about it, if you keep living, you'll get there if that's what you want. All right, where am I at? Let me see. Hold up. Like I said, yeah, you can't teach peace with a broken spirit. You have to be able to have healed in order for you to teach people peace because you have to have gone through the hard part and understood every aspect of what you went through in life. You have to be in a healed space to order to teach people heal, how to heal, what healing is, and what healing means. And the root of it is mindset, positive mental attitude, having the right mindset. Because when you have the right mindset, you make life happen. A lot of people think that others control your life. No, you control your life. Because, like I tell you, everything starts and ends with you. No one else. No one else. Everything starts and ends with you. Check this out. I'm gonna give you a couple examples, like the brother Wallow and Gilly. I love their relationship. I mean, I truly love their relationship. But look how Wallow goes that extra mile, and they know to play their position. You see what I'm saying? There's no ego because they're healed. Like Wallow is healed. That's a perfect example of a person is healed because he looks at life for what it really is, and he's able to give you through his struggles life and how it's supposed to be. Look where he's at now. I think they got $100 million contract now after all the other ones they've had. Just think about that. Man came home after 20 years, man, with a positive mental attitude, and he goes the extra mile out in the rain, the snow, the hail, every day, giving you wisdom. And see, this is the thing, like I tell you, when I got the diploma in science test, think go rich, that's one of the things that Napoleon Hill used to say. Always go the extra mile. Average people never make it. People who become prominent in life always go the extra mile. And not just to make money, to help people. The extra mile, being righteous for real, doing the right thing for real, and for no other reason but to make sure that you help others as you would hope that they help you. Once again, you have to have the mindset. If your mindset ain't right, nothing's going to be right. This is why these young brothers is out here killing each other and doing all this stuff. They don't have the right mindset. They don't have the right people in their ear telling them different things about life. And most of them, I don't even think they believe in God. They say that they're demons, and they don't even realize what that connotation does, the stigma does when you put negativity on you. Do you think a demon can make it to heaven? No. So you have to watch the things you say out your mouth about you and others, but mostly about yourself, because you can have a self-defeating attitude that keeps you stuck. When you're supposed to be here, you're here because you don't elevate yourself because your mindset is stagnant. If you try to fight corruption while you're still internally fractured, you'll either burn out because you're not prepared, or you become what you hate. And see, this is one of the things that you have to have a connection with God. Of course, so many times I wanted to seek revenge for different things. And God told me, He said, yo, and this is the connection I have with God. He said, if you become like them, I'm going to give you what I have for them. And that changed my whole outlook on life. God has big shoulders. Let go and let God. Anything that you do that goes against His commandments, you're going to be punished for. And one thing my mother told me when I was a kid, and I'll never forget, she said, never take something that you can't give because God will never forgive you. And that's a life unless it's warranted, you know? And that's one of the reasons why I was never vicious about money in the street when I was making money. And I still made millions of dollars. And I got millions of dollars lost over a 20-year, 25-year period. But that's how the game go, you know? That's how life is. But it's lessons. And like I say now, if something happens where somebody does, you let it happen because you are the one where everything starts and ends. Period. This is how life is. I ain't make the rules. Um, or get manipulated. Now let me say that. Let me read it again. You'll burn out, become what you hate, or get manipulated again. Lied to again. And see, when you don't know the truth, you can be lied to again. This is why it's so important. Once you have the right mindset and you heal, it's important to learn the lies from the truth, because if you keep going off a lie, you can keep getting tricked. And that's just how life is. Healed people are dangerous to corrupt systems because they can't be bought, intimidated, or fooled by false promises. You know what I'm saying? I just got through saying that. And look, see, when you're not corruptible, you're a threat to liars and corrupt people. Now they want to find a way to get rid of you in some kind of way because you can't be bought. But see, what they don't understand is the people who can be bought, they're going against their own soul, because you're going with something corrupt, and you can't have anything corrupt with God. This is why it's so important to live right. Like I tell you, wrong don't even feel right to me no more. And that's a blessing. I don't look at that like, oh, nigga, you done got soft. No, that's a blessing from the Creator. And when you get to the place where you heal and get the understanding of life, like I have, you're going to thank God for putting you in the right place. Because, like I tell you, your choices shape your adversities. Your adversities are your lessons that get you to your blessings. Let me see it again. Your choices shape your adversities. Your adversities are your lessons that get you to your blessings. You feel me? It's about you. It's about your choices. It's about your mindset. It's about you trying to find a way to heal so that you can be a better person, so you can do more things for you and your family or whoever. I don't really have family no more, so you guys are my family. Like I said, we come from one Adam and Eve, so you all are my family now. So this is why I want to help y'all heal. You know, and it's not only for you, but it's for me. When I help you, it's for me. It helps me. It builds my spirit. It helps my chakras rise so I vibrate on a higher level and not stoop to petty, low life nothingness. We have to get to a place in our life to where we start to understand life better. We start acting better. We start doing better. We start living better. And when you do all of these things and get yourself right, it's a vibration. People see you before they see you. They feel you before they see you. They understand you just by your aura. It's nothing like being in a room where your energy is just lights the room up. And it's not a thing of attention, it's just who you are. Your whole vibe is love. And this is what we're missing. We're missing love. And until we get back to loving as a family, as a village, as I say, united we stand, divided we fall. They got us divided, and look what's happening. They're robbing us blind. They treating us like subhuman because they're all compromised. Their mindset is on saving themselves from being exposed to the crazy things that they've done and still doing. And it's sad. It's really, really sad. I remember as a child going to different countries with my mother, and as an adult going to different countries. And as an American, they treat you like royalty, especially when you got a couple dollars. Now, we probably won't even get any kind of semblance of that going to different countries because they've made us look horrific. Everybody sees that these all of these people are compromised, but we have to be able to keep moving, keep doing what we have to do. Fall down 9, get up 10, and it's a process. And this is why I keep beating in your head: mindset, 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 healing, healing, learning the truth from the lies. Because if they can trick you, you're going to be stuck. Look how many people in this country are tricked by this false uh, messiah, this pathological, lying, narcissistic dummy. You know, and it's sad that people like when I grew up, people had some semblance of moral scruples and principles. There is none no more, and it's sad. It's really, really sad. And like I said, we got to heal as a people, as a nation, as a world, because where we going right now is going to be ugly. It's ugly. Hold on. Hello. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hello.
number 1462796 regarding pickup times for Friday, April 24th.
Yeah.
Your pickup times are 8:30 a.m., 10:49 a.m.
1 second, y'all. Yeah, confirm my ride. Yeah, I'm going to Juma. I'm going to Juma. I gotta go to my primary care doctor at 9:30. Then I'm gonna have them pick me up, take me to Juma. All right, let's get back to it. It's prayer time. Let me get back to it. Now check this out. Check this out. It says it says check this out. You're gonna like this. It says once the mind is healed, action flows cleaner, faster, and within lasting impact. You see what I'm saying? When you've healed, everything works right. You know, and when you healed, you're gonna be around healed people. You're not gonna be around people who are not healed because it's like a magnet. It repels. The opposites, they repel. And when your mindset is right and you're in the process of healing, you're going to start to see how beautiful it is to let go of all of those things that were doing nothing but keeping you stuck. There's so many distractions in this world, right? And until we're able to differentiate between the distractions and growth and what's right, we're not going to be able to heal properly. Like I said, we have to be able to look at situations in our life and be able to judge what's right and wrong. See, because even if you don't have all the intelligence in the world, right? As I tell you, let your conscience be your guide. Your conscience is going to lead you. You're going to feel certain things in life, right? When things are not right, you're going to feel it when you're paying attention. This is why I always say you must pay attention. And I got to give you this right here. It's ayat 3, Surah 3, ayat 190 in the Quran. And it says, Ini fi kalki samawati wal al waqtilafil layli wa nahari alatalil ulil albab. And what that means is in the creations of the heavens and the earth and the alternations of night and day, there are signs for men of understanding. If you pay attention to what's going on in life and what's going on around you, I guarantee you'll be able to see things much more clear than the average person. This is how I'm able to uh, speak to you guys and tell you the things I'm telling you because I've been through so much in my life. In these 61, almost 62 years of my life, I've been to hell and back. and not just once, a few times. And I was able to endure, even, not knowing how to navigate at times, even not knowing how to really navigate certain things in my life. I still made it through because I had the will and I had the heart and the courage, to embrace a God of my understanding and live a righteous life, even in bad situations. See, because it's not what happens to you, it's how you deal with what happens to you. And the only way you're going to be able to deal with it is you have to have the right mindset. So many people, little things drive them crazy. They got to take medicine, all kinds of stuff, commit suicide. But when you understand that you're going to go through things in life and whatever God is putting you through, He's going to get you through. Because everything God makes, He takes care of. Everything. Birds go out every day with nothing, they come back with a full belly. All other animals. He takes care of everything that He makes. And you must have the understanding that, it may look bleak right now, but God got me. It took me years to have that understanding, man. But it feels so good to know that the Most High is has my back. Like I said, I got shot 9 times. I didn't feel not one bullet, not one bullet. And all of them, the ones in my back, are away from my spine. I could have got shot in the back of my head one time, and it would have been over. But that was the grace of God. When things like this happen in your life, you have to do the right thing because you know that He got you. Because if I was a slime ball, He'd have took my life that day. That's 9 shots in my body. You see what I'm saying? So just know that, man, it's about your connection with the Most High. It's about your mindset. It's about healing and learning the truth from the lies so that we can come together and do something righteous, for humanity. Like I was saying last night, one billionaire that's he's worth almost $1 trillion. His money could feed the whole world, and it's thousands of billionaires. So we're lying. We're fraudsters, you know. And until we come out of that mindset, we're doomed. Like I said, once again, united we stand, divided we fall. We're divided, and look who's winning. You know, uh, it's crazy that they supposed to work for us, but they got it where we work for them. You know, like I tell you, this world right here is the devil's, and I shared in some of his devilry as a kid, but I'm grown now, and I know that I have to do better. I have to be better, and the only way I was able to do that is I had to change my mindset and reinvent myself over 10 years ago. And I created 30 after vices and business concept that God gave me over a 6 year period of Him waking me up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning for 6 years, almost every night, with just ideas. I've been planning my future for years because I didn't want to go back behind that wall. 4 bids is enough. But like I said, you got to get your mindset right. Nobody can do it but you. Everything in life starts and ends with you. Just know that. And anything that you let happen in your life is because you let it happen. Nobody can do nothing to you until you approve of them being able to do it. That's just how life is. I didn't make the rules. But my thing is, let's heal, embrace Tacc, embrace this program so I can show y'all better than I can tell you. Y'all have a blessed night. Tacc man out. Scotty, I'll holler at you later. I'm finna make prayer. All right, Assalamu alaikum. Get your spirit right. Get your connection with God right, y'all. Only way it's gonna be. If you got your connection right with God. Peace. Tacc man out. No question. One love, baby boy.